this clear new summer's morning, when the fish are rising early, then it's time to bend our backs and haul the nets around. When the salmon's running free, the boats put out to sea, and the freshening breeze brings music from the town. And maybe by and by, when the dawn has left the sky, perhaps the tune will still be there in the misty morning air. Here to Hampshire rivers flow, first the Avon, then the Star, where smugglers ran the brandy to dark horsemen on the quay. Past the Priory's grey stone, where the monk's plain chant alone still rings out and echoes clear across the bay. And now the scene changes as time rearranges who will sing and dance and play, make the past alive today. For now the Christchurch spire resounds to old songs and new sounds. Here's a glimpse of merry England in a time gone by. Down the narrow streets, hear the merry dancing feet that end the festival, ringing round the sky. For May has turned to June, and spring has left her tune for us to sing and dance and play. Welcome in the summer's day.
Hello, I'm Dave Williams. I go to a lot of folk festivals in the south. Here at Christchurch, the great thing is that it's informal and free. We've got the whole spectrum of folk here in dancing, singing and music. Largely English, from the English tradition, but very much enriched by the presence of Polish and Irish people who have come here to make their homes in the south. Not always. The performances are in the formal atmosphere of a concert hall or a public arena, but in the little quiet corners like the pubs. I'm just going to the George.
Who stood up for the Frankston Park Residents Association saying, "Hey, Foster, we're not having all these chappies going Dorning Road through here." And we had
The George was an old coaching inn. These days it's the Christchurch Folk Centre, and you never find folk too far away from a barrel of beer. Leading off the sing-along are the high-level ranters from Durham. Their leader, an ex-mine worker, Johnny Handel. The tune is The Peacock and the Hen.
I'm sure this bird will get out the way and give you a bit of room, won't you? Hey? You think you will? Anyway, we're going to start off with drops of brandy, aren't we? That's right. And then after that, get out the bloody word. Okay, here we go anyway.
Yeah, we've got some genuine sort of... Yeah, come on, Robin,
that the Morris should have this feeling of paganism, you know, should have this ritual feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather like Padstow. You've ever been to Padstow?
Yeah, the Buryman, you mean?
Yeah. It's got this...
Primitive,
that's the word, yeah. This sort of primitive air, and this gets to the public.
It's definitely got roots, because William Shakespeare mentioned it in one of his plays, didn't he?
I've been a Morris dancer, man and boy for years. I loves to cut a caper and drink a dozen beers. I carries 4 white handkerchiefs to flip and toss, and to wet me swinging brow, 'cause I sweats like a plowing hoss. There's Carrington and Bladington, There's Audington as I recall, there's Sherborne, Brackley, Ilmington, and we can dance them all.
Rubbish!
Don't you feel a bit of a fool, all dressed up in white and waving handkerchiefs in the air? Feel self-conscious in front of the public?
Well, after a few beers in you, you can do anything, you see. Now, what I think we want to do is to communicate the spirit, you know. I mean, everyone's got to be cheerful in this day and age, and everyone's going around being very sort of gloomy about prospects and whatnot. There's the doom watch and things like that. I mean, we're here to, in fact, give you some sort of yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, it's not about, if there's just one of you walking down the street all togged up in this gear, you feel hellishly self-conscious. But if there's about 10 of you all going there, you take over the street, you know, this is not a problem.
Morris is certainly thriving, but very few people will understand it, and it's not surprising with names of steps like galleys, hook legs, shufflebacks and capers. They say the higher you jump, the higher the corn grows. If it's supposed to be a fertility dance, why do they keep the women out? The cloggies are Graham and Mary Cole. You sometimes get whole teams doing this as well. Tap dancing is development of this northern tradition. Dan Leno and Hilda Baker were champion clog dancers before going into the music hall. "20 years ago, the parents of these Polish dancers came to make a new life in the south of England. Today, their children live at Millbrook and Eastleigh and preserve their traditions and community life. They're not like the English in as much as they're very proud of their national dances, especially this courting dance, the Quiviac. feature of the classic Irish dance is that good Irish dancers keep their bodies still and dance from the waist down in a smooth glide. This is Tony O'Sullivan's team from Reading.
In 1,000 years of its history, so they say, Christchurch has produced neither saints nor sinners. But if anyone qualifies for the role of hero, it must surely be a smuggler, Slippery Rogers. The story goes that the choir boys, on seeing him coming over Hengistbury Head with his train of 20 horses laden with spirits, let out a great cheer. They knew that this was going to mean prosperity coming to Christchurch, where smuggling was accepted as a help towards the economy. Today it very much depends on the fishing, and it's on a boat at Muddyford on the Avon that we join the song wainers to sing their song, Polly on the Shore.
Come all you wild young man, and the warning take by me. Never lead your single life astray into no bad company. As I myself have done, it was in a merry month of May. I was thrust by a sea captain on board a man of war I was sent. We hadn't been a-sailing but a day, when 3 friends sailed in a spy. Every man sent through one to his gun, for the Lord knows who must die. Our captain got wounded full sore, and so did most of his men. Our mainmast mizzen was scattered on board, so that we were obliged to give in. Our decks were all scattered with blood, as loudly the cannons they did roar. Thousands of times I have wished myself at home, all along with me Polly on the shore. She's a tall and a slender young girl, with a dark and a roving eye. As I lie here a-bleeding on the deck, for her sweet sake I will die. Here's adieu to me father and me friends, likewise to me dear old mother too. I never would have been out to dying here today, if I hadn't have been bullied by her. I never would have been out to dying here today, if I hadn't have been bullied by her.
Martin Westlake farms at Fordingbridge. He's one of the Bourne River Morris, and this is a traditional, if somewhat risky, stick dance, the Fool's Jig.
So go on your way, you scornful dame. Should you prove false, I will prove the same. For I don't care, for I shall find some other fair mate to my mind. Some other fair mate to my mind.
Oh, stay, young man, you seem in haste, and are afraid your time you'll waste. Let reason soothe your troubled mind, and
To church they went that very next day, and were married by asking, as I've heard say. And now that girl, she is his wife, she will prove his comfort day and night. She will prove his comfort day and night. So now his trouble and sorrow is past, his joy and comfort has come at last. That girl to him always said nay, she will prove his comfort night and day. She will prove his...
Helen Woodall and Tim Radford sing at the Free Express Folk Club at Bournemouth.
He came up and says, are you Ben Ghazi that's singing in a minute? Ben Ghazi. And I said, that's right. Right, so I'm now going to do a 1.5-minute song. There's 73 verses, but it's ever so fast. Hang on a minute, let's go. Oh, there's a hole in it. What's a hole?
This isn't Benghazi, it's Vin Garbett, and he's just bust a string on his guitar and trying to get on terms with somebody else's.
I saw a fair maid walking by, fair maid is the yo. She looked at me and winked her eye. Come to me, quietly, down up to me injury, gently Johnny be jingle-o. I slipped me arm around her waist, fair maid is the lily-o. She blushed and turned away her face. Come to me, quietly, down up to me injury, gently Johnny be jingle-o. I kissed her lips of ruby black, fair maid is the lily-o. She smiled and tenderly she said, come to me, quietly, down up to me injury, gently Johnny be jingle-o. I slipped me hand, I slipped me ring onto her hand. You can have trouble with that one. I slipped me ring onto her hand, fair maid is the lily-o. She said the parson's near at hand. Come to me, quietly, down up to me injury, gently Johnny be jingle-o. I took her to bed the very day, fair maid is the lily-o. And between the sheets to me she'd say, come to me, quietly, down up to me injury, gently Johnny be jingle-o. I saw this fair maid walking by, fair maid is the lily-o. She looked at me and winked her eye. Come to me, quietly, down up to me injury, gently Johnny be jingle-o, gently Johnny be jingle-o.
There are many ancient and curious instruments enjoying a revival in folk music. Dave Kettlewell's a music student who's made a special study of them.
Great. It's really good to see the old Dulcimer still going.
Oh, it's all right. It's only just about going, though. This is a bit more like, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
This one you just made?
It is, yes. They're becoming increasingly popular now. Yes, yes, have a go.
That's
nice.
It's a nice one, isn't it? Can I play a tune?
Try a tune, yes. All those are the straight diatonic notes, and these are the black ones down the left.
White ones down there and black ones down there.
White ones there and black ones there, that's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's it.
Oops, wrong one.
How about this one, Dave?
It's a hurdy-gurdy. Isn't that fine? This is one of yours.
It is, yeah.
It's rather nice, isn't it?
Very nice and simple. An early form of hurdy-gurdy.
Is it?
Yes.
I've only seen the ones that are rather nice, curvaceous guitar shape.
This is known as a symphony, or as near as possible to a symphony one can get.
Just in one key.
Just in one key.
2 keys. And got an octave and 3 notes.
That's it.
Yeah, I like the wheel too. I bet they didn't have plywood in the 12th century, did they?
No, modern plywood, it's much more stable than a plain hardwood would be, and able to hold its true
and
circle.
You've got little metal pins that
stop against the side of the string.
The first string, yeah. And 2 drown strings.
Yes, you've had a go on one before. Why not have a go on that one?
Oh, fine. Let's have a go. Pretty fierce.
It is, yeah. Smashing, yeah.
Nice. Yes, I'll have that one.
You'll have that one. This is a dulcimer that I made as well. Very, very simple dulcimer. Shall we have a go at playing a tune
Yeah, go on, let's play a duet.
Shall we try Soldier's Joy, then?
Soldier's Joy, can't play that one?
Indeed. Yes, you can.
Hold on, which is D?
Very easy.
D.
I'll do the first bit, and then you do the
D.
second bit.
D.
Right.
Is that D?
Yes. Right. 1, 2, 3. And in the evening, there's another concert at the town hall. But the real scene stealer, as always, is Ted Duckett, that veteran from the New Forest who's always itching to show us his bones. Everybody's been making bets as to how old he is. I'll lay odds he's 80 if he's a day.
Thomas Gilfarrell will now speak. It's a song from the country area of Northumberland, out to the west of Newcastle, a place called Hexham. A song called Hexham Shall Last. If you want to join the chorus, it goes, high for the buff and the blue. No, it goes, through by the Savey Syke. I've sung it so many times I can't even remember the chorus.
Right, take
through by the Savey Syke. How are the moss and the mire? I'm going to see me bonny lass who lives in Hexhamshire. High for the buff and the blue, high for the cap and the fur, high for the bonny lass true that lives in Hexhamshire, through by the Savey Syke. I love her wheel, her mother she loves her better, I love the lassie cell, but if I can't get at her, through with the Savey Syke, and now all the moss and the mire, I'm going to see me bonny lass, who lives in Hexhamshire.
knitted silk and plaited round with silver her breast, the white as milk. The woman I get him first through be the savey sight. And now the moss and the mire, I'm going to see me bonny lass, we lives in Hexhamshire. It's all this love, of this love I'm weary. Sleep I cannot get in, but thinking of me dearie, through be the savey sight. And now all the moss and the mire, I'm going to see me bonny lass, we lives in Hexhamshire. For the thick and the thin, aye for the mud and the mire, aye for the bonny lass too, that lives in Hexhamshire, through me the savey sight. And now all the moss and the mire, I'm going to see me bonny lass, we lives in Hexhamshire.
And down on the quayside, hundreds, many of them from the town, wait with flaming torches ready for a grand procession through the streets. Christchurch is an ideal setting, and it's rare these days for a town to allow us in rather than banish us to some remote field in the middle of nowhere. We hope that those who watched and enjoyed the festival will do more than that next year and take part in something which is not exclusive, because it's part of our heritage. And in an area like the South, which bewails its lack of community feeling, then gatherings of this kind can rediscover traditions we lost a few decades ago and recreate them for the future.